Hi pilots, this is Eddie from F.C.C. Indoor Republic, Korea. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I will take the indoor setting and maiden flight of this airplane. It's Gruman Albatross Hu-16 seaplane made by Hobby King Avios. As always, the first settings propeller balancing. I need a knife, balancing tape, and glue for the balancing. I got the first propeller balancing. The direction is 6CW. Display the harvest. This is the next. I got the balancing of 6CW direction propellers. Perfect. And the next, the CW direction propellers. First, you have to find which one is the heaviest one. It looks like this one is the heaviest. This blade is down. This one is the heaviest one. And the second is this one. This is the lighter. Alright, I'll add lots of balancing tape here. And the next, and now add here this braid. As you can see, I add balancing tape here, but it's not enough. So I have to add some more, right? I add some more balancing tape here. And these two braids is the same weight. And it will be turned left because this is the heaviest blade. So I have to add the here and here because these two blades has almost the same weight. So you have to add the same weight balancing tape both of these propellers. Alright, as you can see, I add the same weight balancing tape on these two propellers. That means the weights of these two blades is increased. And let's check the balancing. Okay, and the last one. Excellent. Alright, this is the way how to make your balancing for this kind of multi-blade propeller. At this time, I will set the transmitter for the Albatross Hu-16. First, turn on the radio and go to the Edge checks and manage models and put on the new button, a new model, and I will make a new airplane with the widget. And this is the airplane. First is model setting, and I'll use the channel number 3, and I don't use safety switch. Change the switch to no and push the next button. And ailerons on your model. I have 2 ailerons because at the default setting there are one Y cable for the aileron, but I separated the Y cable and I connect the direct cable for the 2 ailerons. The first, the left, I will set the channel number 5, and channel B is for the left aileron, and I will use the channel number 1. Push the next button. Yes, I have a flaps. There is a Y cable for the flaps. Yes, 1 channel for the flaps, and channel number is generally I use the number 6 for the flaps. And next, pick the chair configuration. Channel number 2 is for the elevator and number 4 for the rudder. And next, I don't have a retract system, so check the no. And next page, exponential, not right now. I mark the 0 and 0 rate, no, not here. I will set the exponential and 0 rate in the next category. And this is the channel I selected. The 1 is left aileron and 5 is right aileron. Motor channel is 3 and 2 is elevator, 4 is rudder, and flap is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I will use 6 channels to control this airplane, and I will use one more channel. It's for the reverse channel of the throttle. Hold enter to apply changes. Push this enter button. Hold return to exit. Push it and turn to the exit. And push the model button and check the inputs. There are 4 aileron, elevator, and throttle and rudder. And the mixes, there are 5, 6 channels for each pin. 1 is aileron left, 5 is right, elevator is channel 2, throttle 3, rudder 4, and 6 is flaps. I will change this button, the operating source button, using this one. I always use this left slide button. And I basically set this transmitter for the Albatross Hu-16. And next, I will setting the receivers by these two receivers at Frsky. The first one is RX8R for the master and X8R for the slave. I will connect these two receivers with the redundancy system, the cable, this one. Now I will set the internal RF and mode button, multi, and now Frsky here. Okay. Now the next step is binding two receivers to the transmitter with the redundancy systems. I will use the 16 channels for these airplanes. Only RX8R there are 8 channels for her, but this is assistant receivers. The safe flight. Before the receiver setting, I will write down this airplane's name on the transmitter. Push the model button, and here this is the name of this airplane. I named this Albatross Hu-16 on the transmitter. Okay, let's binding these two receivers, RX8R and X8R, with the redundancy cable here. And we need one battery for the receivers, and I have to supply the electric power to the receivers. This Skywalker 30 amperes electric speed control, and I need one jump for the redundancy system. First, drag to the screen to the bottom. You can see internal RF here, and receiver's name is not Frsky, Frsky X2, and I'll use the channel 16 for this airplane and 1260. And the fail-safe model, I don't use the fail-safe, ID number 8. And first, I will binding this RX8R with the battery. Connect the battery to the server tester, and now you can supply the electric power to the receivers here. You make the 16 channels for the receivers, so using this jump 1 and 2 for the masters, and push the FS button. You can see the small circle hole here on the surface of the receivers. Connect this power cable to the receivers, and push the binding button here. Choose the telemetry 1 to 8, and FS button here. Select the 1 to 8 telemetry channel. You can hear the sound for the connect, and let's check. Okay. The LED light change to green. Taking out these jump cables and using this S-bus cable here. And the next is slave receiver X8R. Okay, I think this X8R for the Euro version, so I have to change the software to the ours. Find out the folder. You can see the Frsky SXR. Find out the software from the firmware here. Okay, I find out the X8R here, and enter X8R ACCST, the F.C.C version, not the Euro version, and fresh external module. This is the external receivers, and connect. You can see the LED lights is on and off. This is upgrade to the F.C.C version from the Euro version. The transmitter writing down the software to the receivers, and just wait for the upgrade from Euro to F.C.C version. Okay, flash is successful and out. Turn up the radio and binding again this X8R with the TX16's model button and internal RF, and drag down and bind. Push the FS button and bind button on the transmitter. Select channel 9 to 16 telemetry on, and connect the power cable to the receivers. You can see the red light is on and off. It's connected. Now I will connect this cable. Okay, it's on. Okay, I finished the redundancy system, and I'll connect this redundancy cable from RX8R S-bus in to S-bus connect on the X8R like this, and connect the power here, and you can see the two green lamps on the receivers. That is successfully telemetry system running. I finished the binding for the Albatross Hu-16 right now. Okay, pilots, I finished the setup interface for the transmitter and bindings with the redundant system. These transmitters and receivers for the Hu-16 setting. Now, I will connect each cable to the channels. This one is L1 left, connect channel 1 of the master's receiver RX8R. The right L1 to the channel 5, and the elevator for the channel 2 is on the fuselage, and channel 4 also in the fuselage. Throttle was connected the Y cable and connect the channel number. The 2 and 4 are empty for the elevator and rudder. This is the flaps cable, the Y cable to the channel number 6. And the reverse cable to the channel number 7 or 8. Now I will connect the channel number 7 and the lamp for the second receivers, the slave receiver X8R, the ramp number 8. I think there are one more LED cable from fuselage, okay, that will be connect to the number 7. I cannot control the LED lights right now, but I will change the LED, could be controlled. Anyway, I will finish the connection of the main wings servo cable to these two receivers. Alright, pilots, I will put on the main wings to the fuselage Albatross for the indoor settings. And I will connect the elevator and rudder to the channel number 2 and 4. And the LED lights here for these lights to the number 7 on the slave receivers. Alright, pilots, I put on the main wing on the fuselage. Now I'm ready to check the center of gravity and balancing of this airplane. Before we check them, I want to introduce you the systems I installed in this airplane. First, I took out the Y cable for the ailerons default system from the factory, and I connected each cables for the channel 1 and 5 for the aileron. And the second is I used the external BC instead of the original one to supply the stable power. And the third is, as you know, I used two receivers with the redundancy for the safe flying. This Albatross charges 9 channels. Channel 1 and 5 for the ailerons, 2 is for elevator, 3 is for thrust, and 4 is for rudder, and 6 is for flaps, and 7 is for reverse in the master. And the second receiver, the slave, 7 and 8 for the elevator. There are 2 batteries in the Albatross. 4 cell 4000 milliamperes for the motors, and 2 cell 2200 milliamperes for the BC. Let's check out the battery's position. This is the battery's position. This big one is for the motors, and this small one is for the SBEC. Now check the thrust and the reverse. Next, aileron left, aileron right, and flaps, and landing flaps, elevator up, elevator down, left rudder, right rudder. Okay, no problem. And everything is set. Let's check about the center of gravity and balancing. Center of gravity is not bad. This line is almost level. And check out the balancing of left and right main wings. I think left wings is a little heavy. Can you see that? Okay, it's okay.